Hey friends, I'm Cathy Madeo. I've got a 20-minute kind of beginner handstand video for those of you not really sure how to get into handstand, how to use the wall, how to move away from the wall. This is your video and I've got a ton of tips for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead, subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot of great content. And finally, if you're absolutely brand new, I'm going to link 2 of my how-to videos in the description. Actually, I want you to pause the video, check out L pose and easy kick up at the wall first. Otherwise, let's get started with 2 huge foundational tips for handstands, actually for any inversion. So when, in general in yoga, when we have the arms lifted over the head, we are always cueing you to drop your shoulders away from your ears, and in inversions, it's the exact opposite. So if you were to have your arms up over your head in handstand and do that kind of, it's called depression, wrap the shoulders back and around, you wouldn't have a very nice straight line, would you? So instead, you actually, when you lift your arms up, want to elevate your shoulders. So shrug them up towards the ears, and that's going to create that nice straight line. Now, in conjunction with that, you've got to think about your rib cage and your core, because when we lift our arms over our head, our ribs kind of do that. And so you want at the same time as you're elevating those shoulders to drop the front ribs down. And I call it the handstand prep. So when you're in down dog and you're about to kick up into your handstand, your down dog will no longer look like down dog because you're going to be shrugging your shoulders up to your ears and nipping those front ribs in. Let's get started. All right, you're going to take your block and stand against the wall. Your hips are against the wall, and I want you to try to decrease your natural curve in your lumbar spine. So I want you to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your butt, drop your front ribs down, and bring your block out in front of you. Now spread the shoulder blades away from the spine like you're handing the block off to someone. Keep your belly pulled in, and on an inhale, raise your arms over your head. This is going to be really hard to do while you're also pressing that low back on the mat. Now, adding on, I want you to elevate your shoulders, draw them up towards your ears, squeeze your legs together, and exhale, bring that block back down, all the while trying to decrease that space in your low back. We're just going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. So we're working on stabilizing the core and adding some mobility through the shoulders while this is being stabilized, which you're going to need while you're upside down. One more. Good. Okay, we're going to warm up our wrists and our forearms and our fingers now. These are called Starbursts. So you will make a tight fist and then widen them. Tight, widen, tight, widen, tight. I'm going to show you from the side, widen. Keep going. Tight, widen, tight, widen. We'll go as fast as we can. 10, 9, 8, faster. I know you can go faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it out. You'll come into your tabletop position and begin to flip your fingertips to the side, and we'll just rock side to side, just warming up the wrists. So while you're here, I want you to start thinking about spider fingers. That's when you claw them out with your finger pads. Your knuckles will lift up, but the base of your knuckles are grounding down so that your fingers look like spider legs. Okay, so we're flipping the wrists here. I'm going back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And then I like to kind of just take my time peeling my hands off, really getting into the fingers, stretching them. You can shake it out. And then we'll do some wrist push-ups. So you will lift the heel of the hand up, the thumbs will slide in. You've got 8 knuckles on the ground, and we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to go in with the shoulders and out. In and out. So it's an internal rotation, external. In, out, in, out, in, out. And then we'll add on. So do one hand, fingertips pointing towards your knees. You'll keep your index finger, your middle finger down, and you're spinning around that. So you're going internal rotation of the shoulder and back to that external. In, we'll do one more on this side and we'll switch sides. In and back, good, switch sides. Starting here, middle finger spins around, you go in with the shoulder and out and in and out and in and out. Good, we're going to lie on our backs now. Okay, come and lie on the floor. And again, creating that back as flat as you can. So we're going to come into a hollow body shape. If when you come up, your low back pops off the mat at any point, I actually want you to do one leg at a time and work that low back flat. So that's more important than having both legs up. Okay, so we're going to hold here, squeeze everything together, belly pulls in, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your block. Let's take a quick break. And you'll do basically the same thing we were doing when we were standing, just on the ground with the legs lifted. So flatten your low back, lift up. Imagine you're kind of handing that block off above you, and then squeeze the block and bring it up. And then come back to your starting position, arms all the way up, back. 3 more, up, back, woo, up, back, up, back. Wow, that was hard to talk and do that at the same time. All right. Now we're going to roll up and come into tabletop position. So just think of your kind of handstand arms here, wrists parallel, shoulders over your wrists. And I want you to not do cat-cow, so don't move your pelvis, but instead just bring your shoulder blades in towards the spine. So that's retraction, and then spread them away, that's protraction. So we'll keep doing this. This is scapular push-ups, and I would recommend doing these almost daily as you build shoulder stability. So scapular push-ups, creating a lot of muscular strength around the shoulder girdle to create more stability when you're upside down. Okay, one more. Walk your hands out a little bit. We'll take that in plank pose. So give me a nice solid plank pose. Same thing, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good, take a quick break. We're going to do Chaturanga next. So we're just kind of heating and warming everything up. I'm giving you guys some drills that you can do right before handstands to build strength for more stable handstands. So Chaturanga, of course, your arms are at a 90-degree angle and your body is super straight the whole way down. So if at any point you lose that, I want you to drop your knees down, and I really mean that. So watch that again. You're coming down. Notice I go all the way forward so that when I bend my arms, my elbows are stacked over my wrists. And then push back up. Okay, so you can do this with the knees down, down, up. You'd still go forward, down, up. Okay, we're going to do, let's do just like 5. Here we go. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Take a quick break. Okay, slide your mat away. I actually don't use my mat when I practice handstand. When you come into our first handstand, this is L pose. You will have your butt up against the wall and you're measuring where your heel is. So you'll flex your foot, measure where your heel is, just put your finger there. And then slide your hands about 1 to 2 inches towards the wall from where your mark is, okay? And if you, ultimately your shoulders want to be on top of your wrist when you come into this pose, so if you need to adjust that, go ahead and do that. And I recommend filming yourself so that you can get this nice line here. So you're in tabletop, you'll straighten your legs against the wall. You have to look back towards your feet or you'll slide forward in this. So back towards your feet for this one. Walk your heel up in line with your hip, and then the other one. And if you're new to this, it'll feel really scary getting those hips stacked. You're gonna wanna look forward, don't look forward. Okay, and you're creating this nice L shape here. So shoulders over wrists, I'm checking my alignment, hips in line with heels. And now I want you to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, belly pulls in, and then press your thigh bones up to the ceiling. We're holding 5, 4, straighten those legs, 3, 2, and 1. Come down nice and slowly. Good job, take a break. We're gonna do that one more time, and this time we'll lift a leg up. Same exact way, measuring it up. If you're practicing this a lot, you can start marking your floor, so you don't have to measure it every time. Here we go, you can mark your wall for where your heel goes, have a friend help. Okay, second round here, L pose. Remember to elevate the shoulders. That means shrug them up towards the ears. Straighten one leg. Good, and if you have a friend or someone at home that can help you find where is straight, have them do that. And then switch or videotape yourself. Okay, and while you're here, both legs straight. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze everything. And release, and come on down. This next drill is really just here to train you to kick. So start in down dog, and you will shrug your shoulders up to your ears, so coming out of that down dog shape. Step 1 foot in. Now don't step all the way towards your hands, just naturally kind of like a foot in. Shift your shoulders over your wrists, and then just step back. So we go in, shift, back. In, shift, back. Switch sides. In, shift, back. In, shift, back. You're patterning your body, creating a connection with your mind and body. You're training your body here. Adding on, step a foot in, shift your shoulders. This is your spring leg. This is your swing leg. This leg is straight. This leg bends. I'm super high up on my tippy toes. Little hop. Don't worry about getting the hips over. Hop. Good. Step back, in, shift, hop. Step back, in, shift, hop. Step back. Notice when I hop off, the bottom leg also straightens. Switch sides. In, shift, kick. Step back, in, shift, kick. Step back, in, shift, kick. Step back. Good. We'll add on. So now we want to get the hips to stack over. So at this point, if you want to turn and face the wall, I want you to do that for security, because we will be using the wall here before we move off of it. So you'll be about 2 hands distance away from the wall. Don't go too far away from the wall. Same exact thing. Step in, shift. When you kick, let the top leg find the wall. Good. Let's do that again. Nice and easy. Shoulders, kick. Find the wall. Notice I'm bending this leg. I want you to try to do the same. Step, shift, kick, find the wall. Okay? Let's switch sides. So always working that bad, not bad, but it's just not your dominant side. Come back down. Step, kick. Come back down. Last one. Step, shift, and kick. Good, last one. Okay, so we're going to add on, next we're going to work on using the wall to balance. You're going to do the same kick up. So hands a little bit away from the wall, step a foot in, shift, kick. Oh, I switched my legs, doesn't really matter. So you're gazing in between your hands. One leg is bent. Okay, and that is keeping you from doing this and like falling and creating this banana back situation. So bend a leg. This is your anchor leg now, so that you can move the other leg off of the wall. And just play here. Remember, elevate the shoulders, push the floor away, and then maybe you'll start to find lightness here. Lightness, lightness, lightness. And if you get like a little second of hovering, that's awesome. That's you using the wall to find balance. We're going to do that again a couple more times. Okay, so here we go. Step, shift the shoulders, kick. Okay, so one leg is bent, the other one is straight, and you're getting all nice in alignment here. I never really fell out of alignment. I didn't just fall into the wall. So Really reach up through that straight leg. Use your spider fingers here. Try to find balance. Even just a few seconds is awesome. And then if you fall, you just have that wall. Oh, I'm trying to show you, but I'm falling out the other way. Yeah, you just have that wall right there to catch you. Okay, so take a quick break. We will do that one more time before moving on. Okay, so coming back into your down dog. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, step a foot in, shift your shoulders, kick straight leg, and then one leg bends, the other one stays straight. You don't really do that horrible falling out of handstand. You're nice and aligned here. Squeeze your legs together. Try to play with that balance. Use those spider fingers. It's okay if you don't get it. And then you just come on down nice and easy. Before moving away from the wall, the next thing we're going to talk about is coming out of handstand at the wall. So I want you to start thinking about, we've spent a lot of time talking about your alignment and how to kick up into handstand, what to do when you're at the wall, but we haven't talked about what's next. So what ends up happening is people just kind of plop out of handstand. But what you have is this nice opportunity to build strength and control by working your lower, or what's also called the negative. So starting to slow down and with control come out of your handstand will actually help you in your handstand. So I'll show you what that looks like, or actually you can just do it with me. So we'll come right back onto the wall, step a foot forward, shift your shoulders, kick. Okay, you'll find your handstand, or you can also just not find your handstand and just work on your lowering. So with a nice straight leg, straight, 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 slow, 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 slow. Okay, it won't maybe look like that at first, but if you can just catch a little bit of air when you come down, just a little bit, start slowing it down, slowing it down. So with control, a little slow it down. Okay, so that'll build a little bit of resistance, strength, and control in your handstand. The next thing we're going to practice is starting to move away from the wall using an L shape. So L shape will help you because what it does is it helps you find the hips to stack over the shoulders and not fall out of handstand, because the bottom leg, which is in an L, is essentially weighing you down so that you can't fall over the opposite way. So what happens when we start out with handstand, we try to kick up really fast. We kick up really fast with that bottom leg, and then we just, we fall out of handstand. That second leg is swinging us over and out of alignment. But if rather you could think of starting to kick up here, right there, where the hips are stacking, and I'm not rushing to get into my handstand, and I'm not falling backwards because this leg is weighing me down this way, right? And that is a really great technique to get you comfortable practicing away from the wall. So, same thing, step a foot in, it's the exact same thing, shift the shoulders, kick, and don't let the bottom leg come up. And you'll start to find a little hover. Now you might not find that today. Now for a lot of you, what's gonna happen is that top leg is so trained to find the wall that even this far away from the wall, you're hitting the wall, right? So if that sounds like you have to break that habit. It's true. So we're going to do that right now. So what you're going to do is you will measure yourself out. This is actually how I taught myself to do handstand in the center of the room. Every single time I kick and my top leg hits the wall, I don't let myself stay up. I make myself come back down. Does that make sense? So you're training yourself, because now your body's learning, oh, she's not going to do a handstand at the wall, she's just going to come down. So maybe I'll stop searching for the wall. So that's what I want you to do, and you can do that. It took me about 3 weeks of doing that. And then eventually my top leg stopped searching for the wall. And I was basically balancing away from the wall. So at that point, it's just time to leave We've got 2 minutes left of our handstand practice, and here's what I want to do. I want you to spend 1 minute either using the wall or away from the wall, just taking a few handstands. So putting together everything we've talked about, taking a few rounds. Just breathing, practicing wherever you are on your journey. It's perfect. Okay, so take a few of those, and then we are going to end with a handstand hold at the wall. The purpose of this is just to build stamina and strength, because you'll notice you're probably getting a little fatigued here, even though we're only at this about 20 minutes, right? So you're going to kick up to the wall, find one leg bent, one leg straight. Don't worry about balancing here. We're just going to hold. So I like to do like a minute hold. I'm actually not timing this, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm vibing, it's going to be like 30 seconds. But while you're here, you're breathing. Use your spider fingers, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze your butt, squeeze those glute muscles. Belly button pulls up to the spine. Nice, even breathing. And then when you're ready, try to come down slowly, slowly, slowly. Woo! All right, handstanders, I hope you enjoyed this quick workout. Remember to subscribe to my channel and keep practicing.